Hey guys, Dr. Ben Galyardt here, author of the book Rebuild Your Brain, Stop the Damage, Start the Repair. And I run the Functional Medicine Center in Fort Collins, and today I want to go over something that really is an anchor for me, and that's something that I think everybody needs to be able to focus on and put that energy into is their foundations. And foundations can be a lot of different things. If you think about a house, a building, anything like that, it's that rock that it's built on. It's that foundation that everything else comes up and comes alive from. And the foundations that I'm talking about are these foundations for health. Some of these basic things that we can look at day in and day out there are going to get us to that place of being able to have successful healthy state, successful mental state, our body to continue to repair and heal and go through that process. So some of the things that I like to think about when we start talking about those foundations are, what are the things that you are doing every day, starting your day out right? What are you doing to be able to get yourself in that solid, positive foundation? So some of the things I do are going to be waking up, doing some type of meditation or prayer, working on goals, working on journaling, and setting that intention for the day. That is really, really important for most everyone that's successful in any aspect of their life, but especially that health side. What are you hoping to accomplish today? What are you going to do to be able to lose that weight, to be able to keep your blood sugar stable, to be able to do those things that you know you need to do and set yourself up for success? So we've got to start our day out right, and that could be 10 minutes, that could be 30 minutes. I usually take about an hour and spend that time really defining out what my day, what my life, what my health, all these things are going to look like. So we've got to start with that good foundation and start that day out right. So the other aspect of that foundation is going to be that these foundational things that we're doing every day are going to create habits for us, and those habits are either going to strengthen or they're going to weaken us. So think about that. We all have habits. So you brush your teeth after you do a certain thing in the morning, or before you go to bed you do X, Y, or Z. All of those things are habits, and habits, as they reproduce themselves over and over and over, they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to strengthen us and going to make us better at what we do, or they're going to weaken us. And if you think about it, how's it going to weaken you? Well, if you're always, every 10 minutes you're checking your phone or checking Facebook or getting distracted by something out there, that's going to weaken your ability to stay engaged and be successful and take care of yourself. But if you're starting to use a habit that is strengthening, so you start monitoring your blood sugar and you start tracking it and knowing exactly why it's going up, why it's going down, and you stop doing those things that are causing problems and you start doing more of what's helping, that is going to strengthen. That habit is going to strengthen your body's health, get rid of the inflammation, do a lot of those constructive things we talk about all the time. So can we strengthen our inner fortitude and our health by those habits? Absolutely. And it's those repetitive things. You'll hear a lot of different people say, oh, it takes 21 days to build a habit, or however many it is. But ultimately, we just have to keep doing it and doing it. If we fall off, get back on track and do it again and again and again. That's what I love about working hand in hand with patients in the office and with the team that we have, is that some people, day one, you say it, they got it, and you never have to talk about it again. Other people, 6, 7, 8 times they fall off the wagon, and we help them get back on and get back on and get back on. And that's why we do the brain training and all these different things that we do, because most people, those habits are going to be challenging because of what's between our two ears. And the more we can change those brainwave patterns and improve our brain's ability to stay engaged and to be able to do what we need to do, it's going to be easier to create those new habits. So for me, 2018 was a very challenging year. A lot of different things happened that could have really knocked me down, and I'm sure a lot of you had big stressors and different things. And yet, for me personally, I know that having that solid foundation, that positive resource to pull back on, made a significant difference in 2018 and coming out as much in the health aspect of as I did. Blood work is looking better, my energy's better, a lot of different things changed because of that foundation, because every morning I do those things that I need to do on the mental aspect. I work out every morning before going to the office. All of those things are set in place for a reason, so that we can handle those stressors in there. And ultimately, we need to get our brain into that state to be able to handle life, because life is going to throw things at us and it's going to knock us down. And like that scene in Rocky, in the latest Rocky one, when he's talking to his son, it's not how hard you can get hit, it's how much you can get up after getting hit like that. And that's really the big thought here is, okay, what are you doing day in and day out to get yourself ready to take whatever life is going to throw at us? So think about those health habits, and what habits are you forming this week? So some of the different ones I like to think about are, where are you eating every day? Are you eating out? Are you eating in the kitchen? Are you eating on the run? What are you doing as far as eating goes to be able to create those health habits that you need? And so that would look like, well, I know that if I go to this one restaurant or go out to eat somewhere, that I can get something good and healthy and make a positive choice. If I go to a restaurant where there are no choices that are going to be constructive, it's going to be a lot harder to make those good choices. So where are you eating this week? What aisles are you shopping in the grocery store? So think about this. Everyone always says only shop in the external of the grocery store. Well, are you really doing it? Are you wandering down the potato chip aisle? Are you wandering down the cookie aisle? And maybe just a little bit here. It's gluten-free. Whatever it is, that's still a habit of buying that certain food, bringing it into the house, and then guess what? You have to create the habit of not eating it, of saying no, and that's a whole lot harder than creating the habit of just not walking down that aisle. So where are you walking in the grocery store? Huge part of that process as well. And then the other part is food. What type of time are you giving yourself to prep for food? Are you giving yourself 30 seconds to just grab something, or say, oh, the heck with it, I've got to run out the door, I'm not even going to be able to prep anything? Or are you giving yourself that 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you need to be able to prep your food so that you can have that great meal, that great lunch, something that's going to be nutritious for you, that you're not going to have to go out and grab something on the go, not as quality of food, eat on a rush, all of those things. So again, start this new year out right with that foundation, with that ability to really dial in your health and do those things over and over and over. And those are the habits. And we want to do strengthening habits and get rid of those weakening habits. And to do that, we have neuroplasticity in our brain, and we have to create a new groove in that brain. So you have to replace that old pattern, go and create a new pattern instead. So we'd love to hear from you in 2019. If you've got any thoughts or anything that you're doing to create your foundation, go ahead and put it down below in the comments. We'd love to connect with you on that. Otherwise, have a great 2019, and we'll talk to you soon.